The new game Star Wars Squadrons has been revealed today with a short trailer ahead of EA Play, which takes place this Thursday. We're going to see some actual gameplay and learn more details then, but for now, here's everything we know about the upcoming game. First, it's coming out on October 2nd of this year, which is much earlier than I expected since we're only now getting our first details of it 4 months earlier. But that's a very welcome surprise. It'll be on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and the article on StarWars.com says the game can be played entirely in VR on PC and PS4. That is my absolute dream, to actually sit in a cockpit with my friends at my wings. There will be 5 vs 5 multiplayer dogfights as well as a single-player story mode set after Return of the Jedi. It promises the ability to enhance and modify ships, flight suits, and helmets, which I've seen a lot of people clamoring for. Those cosmetics unlock as, quote, players move up in the ranks, so hopefully that means no microtransactions. I'm gonna hope EA has learned their lesson after Battlefront 2. The multiplayer side of things sounds like it's focusing on planning and strategy, which is awesome and something unique. I'm a big fan of teamwork-based games like Left 4 Dead, so the idea of developing a plan with friends and then executing on it sounds awesome. It says players can adjust the composition of their squadrons as games progress, so I assume there will be a bit of rock, paper, scissors going on where ships are strong against some starfighters but weak against others. The story takes place after the Battle of Endor and will alternate between the Imperial Titan Squadron and the New Republic Vanguard Squadron. Vanguard is from the Alphabet Squadron book and is affiliated with Hera Syndulla, and wouldn't you know it, she appears in the trailer. And that seems as good a time as any to get into more of a trailer breakdown because it seems to mostly be focused on the story side of things. It opens up inside an X-Wing cockpit, and the StarWars.com article does say this entire game is going to be first person. That makes sense with VR support, but it's also surprising. I assumed there would be some third-person views. But I love the idea of the immersion, looking out the window to see damage to your ship and then to hopefully fix it. The pilot has one hand on the stick and one on the throttle, so I'm imagining that'll basically be how we hold our hands in a New Republic ship, but then the TIE fighter has a different setup. It'll be interesting to see how much control we have over instruments. The X-Wing pilot says she's giving engines full power, and I wonder if we'll be able to pull energy from engines and put them into shields, for example, to go slower but be more of a tank. Imagining trying to fly through asteroids at top speeds has me very excited, and we can see the X-Wing close its S-foils, so that's yet another thing I hope we can control. The TIE pilot seems to have some red paint on his helmet and fighter, so that probably means Titan Squadron is some sort of elite unit. Likewise, the X-Wing has some green markings, which is fitting for Hera since she led a green squadron in Star Wars Rebels, but this could also just be a hint towards the customization we can expect in the game. Speaking of Hera, there she is, standing around a briefing holotable. She's wearing her outfit from Rebels but has a jacket on top and the rank insignia of General. And the holotable is showing off a Starhawk, which I think is finally the first time we're seeing one visualized in an actual story. The other leader says to remember why we fly, and I expect that'll be the thematic focus of the single-player story. He goes on to say that they fly for hope, and then an Imperial leader says they fly for vengeance, so there you go. It's going to be interesting popping back and forth between pilots and ideologies. But we can see a lot of the different starfighters available. New Republic is as you'd expect with X, Y, A, B, and U-wings, so you can make up your own little alphabet squadron. Imperials have TIE fighters, bombers, interceptors, and Reapers at least. I expect the Reaper to be their version of the U-wing as a troop transport, and I'm hoping the Defender fills in that last spot. Wedge makes a quick appearance, and it's always nice to see him again. I wonder if we'll be flying alongside the pilots of Phantom Squadron from the Aftermath books. I also wonder if this is still in between the battles of Endor and Jakku, or if it's after Jakku and we're hunting down remnants. I'm gonna guess this is before Jakku, set alongside the Alphabet Squadron books. And can I just say how cool it is to have these interwoven pilot stories? The rest of the trailer is just full of cool shots of some of the various missions we'll be undertaking. When information of this first started coming out, I was a little worried it would just be a beefed-up version of Starfighter Assault in Battlefront 2, which is a mode I really enjoyed, but this seems like it's much more than that. I love the focus on teamwork and squadron composition, or at least that's what they're hinting at. We'll see some actual gameplay in just a few days during the EA Play digital event. The game has a price tag of $40. I do expect that to mean the focus is going to be more on the multiplayer, but I hope the campaign is at least longer than Battlefront 2's. Again, I'm kind of just crossing my fingers that EA has learned some lessons from Battlefront. I'm not expecting a story the length of Fallen Orders, but somewhere in the 8-hour range would be nice, about double the length of Aiden's story. Let's give these characters a little more time to breathe. But I'm going to wrap up my discussion of this game for today. I think I'll talk more in depth about my hopes for both the single player and multiplayer in the next 2 days, and then we can cover the actual gameplay reveal on Thursday. I'll just make this Star Wars Squadrons week. Let me know what you're most excited about in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.